This is a 2014 Ford Escape. This vehicle is having trouble with the backup camera. The backup camera works intermittently. Sometimes it gives a blue screen, sometimes it works with a broken image, sometimes it works normally. So we're going to start by replacing the backup camera because it is one of the possible causes of these malfunctions, and at least we'll be working with a known good camera, we hope. I'm idling in park right now, and if I put the vehicle in reverse right now, the vehicle backup camera is working, but sometimes it'll just give a blue screen and it won't work at all. And then when I shift into drive, like I just did, the backup camera stays on. That's really strange. This is the backup camera that I'm going to use for this repair. I got it on Amazon. It's very affordable. Here's what it looks like. Just a tiny little thing. To replace the camera, we have to take this interior trim entirely off of the tailgates. To begin, we have the cover of this plastic handle right here that we can pry off with a trim tool. This is what it looks like when you take it off. And behind it, you have two screws, one here, one here. They have to be removed. On this car, these two screws are Phillips head screws. When I remove the screws, this handle backing can come right out of. Next, this entire cover can be pulled right off, and it just has clips in the back. The camera is built into this piece of trim that runs right above the license plate. This piece of trim is held in by nuts that you can access through those access holes. Let's see if I can light it up for you. I showed you the first one. Here's a second one, and there's another one right there. I use this setup. It's a little 1/4-inch ratchet wrench with a long extension and a 10mm socket. There are 4 nuts in total. They are lined up with these circular holes here along the back of the tailgate frame. Okay, so here's the back of that trim piece, and after you remove the 4 nuts on the 4 studs, there's only one thing holding it, and it's this clip that goes through this rectangular slot. And the way to remove this is you just have to pull very firmly to get it out, and be careful when you're pulling not to break the plastic trim. Now the bracket comes off. We have a view of the camera right here. It comes right out of. And let's see if it matches the new camera. This is the new camera. This is the old camera. They look identical. This is my helper here. He approves, as you can see. He's ecstatic about the match between these two items. When you reinstall this, you see there's this slot in the back of the mounting bracket. You line it up with this tab that's on the frame here, and then this pops into place. It'll pop, you'll hear it pop when it settles into place, and then you can put the screw back on in that hole, and this holds the camera secure. I've put the trim piece back in place loosely just to test it. I haven't pushed it all the way back in. I'm going to see if the camera works. I'm going to shift into reverse and see if the camera works. It is working. It has a very nice clear image, much better than before. And let's see if I put it back in park. It goes off immediately. So I think that this was the right repair to do, replace the camera. And we'll be finding out more as the car goes back into service. But for now, I think that we're good to go. This is a view of this camera at night, and you can see that it has the dynamic guides when I turn the steering wheel, as well as the static guides. So pretty happy with the features of this camera. Back here, I've tightened all the nuts onto the studs from the inside. And I've put the plastic trim back in place after lining it up and pushing it in, and then putting back the 2 Phillips head screws that are under this handle. So thank you for watching this video, and check out the links in the description for this very affordable camera that seems to be doing a great job.